lose. Depends on what I choose. In life there's right and wrong. Big man, where do you stand? Now don't you get me wrong. I am for what I stand. A bright and doubtful man. Exactly who I am. These simple words I say to you.
Good afternoon to everyone today. I hope everyone is having a blessed day and doing their due diligence to get themselves together in these times and really seek truth and try to expose themselves to more reading. So this is Linus on the Rise, this afternoon. And I played the song Choices by Freddie McGregor. Okay, and you see in the beginning of the song it says, what I choose, it depends on what I have to lose. And this is pretty much what the segment is going to be about today. Okay, choices. So let's get started. And I believe the most fitting scripture to identify this segment is going to be the wisdom warning. Okay, we just, I keep hammering this in, and there's so many more things that that comes up that explains that verify that people just don't have no kind of wisdom, no kind of understanding, and they're not even trying to seek it. Okay, and that's to their detriment. Okay, so wisdom's warning. I'm going to keep saying this because people, you got to get some wisdom. Okay, hallelujah, praises unto Yahuwah and Yeshua. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? Give heed to my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called, and you refuse to listen. Have stretched out my hand, and no one has heeded. You have ignored all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when panic strikes you. When panic strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish comes upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahuwah. Would have none of my counsel and despise all of my reproof. Therefore they will eat the fruit of their way. Okay? And by sure you are eating the fruit of your way. You hear what he says? You have ignored all of my counsel. Okay? And counsel comes to you in many different ways. Okay? And most of the time when counsel comes to you, it's probably when you are about to make some kind of major decision. The Most High will always put somebody in the position to somewhat guide you and help you, okay? If you're confused or lost. And if you refuse that counsel, if you reject it and feel like, I know this is, I already know, and and I know what it's like, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna eat the fruit of your way. So today I made this show. I wanted to do this segment. It's a little freestyle today because I'm going to talk about a variety of things. And one of the things, the topic actually that really kind of hit home for me, and which is so severe and serious in this time, someone was saying, truth is drying up daily. And that is so true. Because it's going to come a time people will not know truth. I mean, as it is right now, people are walking around with no truth in their mind or in their thoughts. They do not understand or know what truth even is. And they ain't trying to find it. And the powers to be and the devil, because the powers to be and the devil, they work hand in hand. He is their proteges. Okay, and the powers to be consist of, in order, the Catholic bastard Roman Church, the government, the UK, and then them damn reptilians that are behind the scenes, which is really demons, if you all really understand what's going on here. Okay, but they're selling you nothing but a big old game. Okay, So that's something I want to point out to you. They're the ones that are working meticulously to dry up all truth, to make good evil and evil good. Okay? And usually that's Isaiah. And I have been, I'm working with Isaiah, the whole book. For some reason, I've always been drawn to Isaiah, you know. And his book is the longest, in all the prophets, his book is the longest book. And he is the most talked about in the New Testament. They reference Isaiah a lot. Actually, Isaiah was one of the prophets that was killed. King Manasseh killed Isaiah because he was very adamant. He was he was the spearhead. Most High used Isaiah because he was a powerful prophet. And he went with all veracity and to preach this word. And you got to remember, in those days, you know, when Isaiah preached, there really wasn't, you know, he put himself in a line of fire. People spat on him. They rejected him. They called him all kinds of names. They just, you know. And I'm going to get in more to that because this segment is not about Isaiah, but I wanted to put it in because Isaiah was considered the severe warning to Judah and Jerusalem for their pagan idolatry and sinful ways that they were practicing and behaving in and condoning at that time. He sent Isaiah to prophesy against them. So I am working on Isaiah, and it's really intense. It's probably going to be 2 segments because, you know, he is a very notable prophet. But okay, so let's get back to this freestyle today. Truth is drying up daily. Let's talk about that. All right. And here's what I want to point out to you people today. One of the things that kind of like provoked me, and you know, it's just constantly, it is by far a tragedy to our black family. Okay, and families all overall. Okay, but you know, to our Israelite family, because we are the ones that they're out to kill and annihilate, because we are Yahuwah's children. All right, they know who we are. All right. So here's what I want to talk about today. Here's some of the issues that we're going to bring up. Okay, so I have a friend. She was working at one of YMCA. Okay, as you know, a counselor or assistant. But here it is. She could not take working there any longer. She said it is off the chain. She said children like 6 years old, you know, they're catching them kissing each other. You know, and this is primarily, and this is just probably one of many stories, okay? Because I've seen small children really with some, you know, expressing and communicating all kinds of sexual tendencies, sexual conversations, sexual topics, or just sexual preferences, and you know, it's just phenomenal. It is by far the most phenomenal things, the way they have been able to program children. All right, and they use this programming. Children are being programmed subliminally. Parents, stop letting the TV babysit your children. You all are notorious for that. Instead of you make your children read a book after school or have them to do something very constructive other than sitting and watching that damn devil TV. Because in the TV, in these TV shows like Disney, Nickelodeon, you know, all these cartoons and these sitcoms, they are bombarding your children with all kind of sexual subliminal messages. Okay, in Disney, there's some kind of chocolate Disney you can see it's shaped like a penis. Okay, and it's bad enough that they are injecting all kinds of hormonal types of antibiotic, all kind of hormone I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this thought out here. They're injecting all kinds of hormonal types of how should I say this? hormonal injections, okay, into your food, which causes your children as young as 7, 8, 9 years old to develop breasts. To some of them, your young boys who are 6 and 7, they might be having pubic hair in their genital areas already, which they should not. Okay, puberty, they have found a way to kind of trigger puberty in small children because they are on this pedophile agenda. So you see, if you can make the children become more developed, that will kind of, make it okay in their minds. They're developed, they got breasts, they got behind, they already have hair in their genital areas. So therefore, in the pedophile, the sick devil pedophile mind, which is a devil agenda, by the way, people, it compromises in their mind. They look at these children and do not see them as children. They just see them as a sexual object that they want to contaminate, they want to engage, okay? Because this is the agenda that is being pushed right now. I mean, they've been sexually assaulting children for thousands of years. This just happened yesterday. They say, Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that is going on, it's been going on at a pervasive rate. The only problem is it wasn't as exposed as it is right now, and the way it's coming out like water, because the Heavenly Father said, what is in the dark will come to the light. So therefore, the devil has no control over this truth coming out. So I want to tell you, parents, you need to watch your children and watch what they are watching. Watch it with them. See what they're seeing. See what's being downloaded in your little brains. Because believe it or not, and based on my research, they have said when you sit down to watch TV, your mind goes into an alpha state. In other words, your mind, just like a computer, when you're downloading information in the computer is in like an idle stage because you're just inputting information at a later date to be used. And that is what they have done with small children. They have downloaded a lot of subliminal sexual images and messages to them, and then what they're doing is they're reacting to it because it's in their mind subconsciously. You see that? Shortly, just really quick, before I took my daughter out of school to start homeschooling her, I could have seen these things happening with these young girls, these young teenage girls. You got girls sitting on each other's laps, leaning on each other. Like if it's a guy behind you, sometimes you lean on your boyfriend, your husband. They do that in the same mannerisms as if they're engaged with each other. You got girls talking about, young children talking about bisexuality. What does little children know about bisexuality? 6, 8-year-olds don't know about bisexuality. They should be focusing on other things that children should be focusing on right now. So their little lives, their life of childhood is being snatched away from them because they want to force them into adulthood so they can have sex with them. Isn't that something? All right. Moving along. So that's my argument with children. This is my alert to you people. You need to watch your children. You need to pay attention to what your children are watching, and pay attention to who your children is around. You all are so quick to drop your children anywhere when you all want to go run down another man or run behind another man. Okay? All you're doing is running behind another man, and you're going to end up getting another child. Instead of you stick with what you have, learn and figure it out. Stop taking care of your children. Stop letting the world take care of your children. Stop letting this education system take care of your children and teach your children. You want everybody else to take care of your children except for yourself. That's the damn problem with you young mothers out here today. Take care of your children. They're not just for you to dress up and make them look pretty and nice. You have to be a mother and a father to them. You have to show them what's right and what's wrong. And you have to discipline them. If you discipline them, then the devil can't get them. And they'll have respect for the Most High. I'm sorry to get intense, but sometimes I just got to get there. Get that way. Alright, so now we're going to talk about these young black women that are on Twitter and all these social media apps. Now check this out. You got young black women that are offering themselves and advertising their vagina on Twitter. Okay? And not even counting about all the sexual shit when they're having sex, they post that shit. All right? So you see how this is working, people? Right? But Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and all that shit, which is the devil's component, right? They don't have a problem when you put shit out like that. They don't have a problem when you are cussing and fighting and arguing. They don't have a problem with none of those things. But as soon as you decide to put truth out about what the hell they're doing and what the devil is doing in the government and the U.S. government, they want to flag it. They want to censor it. Can't you see what is good is evil and what is evil is good now? Can't you all see this now? Alright, so let's talk about this young lady. Black young lady. Here's what she said, and this really provoked me because I was like, this chick got to be crazy. She says, my vagina, on the other hand, is 24/7, a quick trip, clean and serving up, and everything you need. Now I don't know what in her little cotton picking mind or her feeble mind make her believe that her vagina will be clean if she's serving it up like store 24 or 7-Eleven. Okay? Ain't no vagina clean if you got a woman, a young woman, making this kind of statement. I ain't done yet because I responded to her, and she said, the first initial post she said. So she said, I'm planning to bust a pussy wide open tonight, and my God approves. You be blessed, though, because I had to say something to her about that. So I don't know what God approves of that. It can't be the Most High God that I pray to, Yahuwah. She must be talking about the devil, right? Got to be, because only the devil requires shit like that. He's the promoter of shit like that. He's the promoter of every indecent thing, every unrighteous thing. He is the liar, and he will be destroyed, and he knows it. And then you got the same thing with our black men. They're being turned out. You got your black men up there posing, and young black men making themselves looking. That's all you all know how to do, is pose to see who looks good. But anything internal, okay, you all are just mush. You have nothing of substantial in you. You have no substance in you. You have no wisdom. You have no understanding. Okay? You have none of that. No knowledge of nothing. All you know how to do is look good, stick your ass out, push your breasts out, okay? And you guys fleck your chest. And all you all are being used for is prey. Because all you all are in these social apps are just a database for the satanic powers to be to snap you all off when they ready and want you for their satanic cult bullshit, evil bullshit. Because everything is with numbers with these people. You black people, black young people, you need to wake up. Can't you see what these social apps are doing to you all? They're destroying you. They're nothing but the devil's freaking machinery and tool of deception. This technology tool of deception. It's getting so bad now. I hear that Facebook wants to, you can utilize Facebook with your mind without even having to use your fingers or to verbally speak and communicate. Can't you see that shit, people? They're looking to get in your brain. And you all will be a damn fool if you allow Facebook or any other social media app to tamper with your brain or to allow anything to go in your brain. They already have you all like a damn fool with them damn goggles they put on your eyes to allow you to envision this social, this so-called help me say it, Father, you Shua. What is it? Virtuality. That virtuality shit they selling you now, okay? Virtuality opposed to reality. I prefer reality, okay? So that virtuality shit, it ain't real. That's exactly what it means. It is not real. It is by far an illusion that they play in your mind. So you see what they do? They're leading you all like sheep to the slaughter. All right. The one thing I wanted to point out, they talk about this 100 rule, and I wanted to mention about this 100 rule. I had made a note because I make things come to me, and when they come to me, I like to write it down. And here's what I talked about this 100 rule. Okay. They limit you when they can use when we used to come together as a people. where we would meet on somewhat of a regular basis, right? We would come together, talk about what's in our minds, what's in our hearts, and just kind of work things out as a people. But now that we are forced to use only social media apps, they still control the power of any group that can come together and use this platform as a means to provide information. This is the only platform we have available to us. Example. Now when we use these social apps, and because we're depending on these social medias and apps such as YouTube and all this other stuff to get information out and to share it, remember, they still have that control to stop it. Like say for example, we're all in a heated conversation talking about bringing truth out, lifting that spirituality up high to the Most High, Yahuwah and Yeshua. They can just stop it. But you know what? Let me correct this. They can't stop everything, all right? But I want to let you know the power that I'm trying to explain to you, the power that you have given over to these people by becoming solely dependent on these social media apps and making it your only means and vehicle of us communicating and coming together. We need to establish another means and ways of communicating with each other. And like, yes, it is by far a strong and positive, a strong and useful tool. But we have to still find other means and ways to communicate with each other that we don't have to completely solely depend on these tools as a means of communicating. We need to still come to see each other, come together. We need to still come together in these times, because when we come together physically, then they don't know what the hell we're going to be talking about, because that's what they want to know. They want to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're going to do. So when they start implanting shit in your mind to mindfully communicate with these social media apps, then they're going to control your brain, and they're going to load you up to a major computer, which is, they call this big computer, Luciferian computer, and they're going to be able to manipulate you, to kill you, and that's just the next stage. They're just preparing you. They're slowly preparing. You notice how they got chip in your credit and your debit card? The next chip is in your body, and it's in the scriptures. Anyone that has the mark of the beast in their hand or their mind, you see that? In your hand or your mind. So the beast gonna get it. They're gonna try to get into your mind if they ain't already got into your mind. Some damn fools already. They done started that shit, selling that shit, trying to make it. Because you see 10 do it, again another 10 gonna follow. You see, that's how the 100 rule works. All right. So that's how they can manipulate the power out of our hands, because we have given these people the power through these social media apps. They steal our children as a result of it. That's how they steal it. Because back in the day, when we didn't have all this new age of technology, when your sons or daughters, I know I went through it. You know, if you on the phone, your mom or your daddy can pick up the phone and hear what the hell you all saying. Okay, you couldn't close your room door because we need to know what's going on. And parents were really more involved with their kids, right? We have parents today, they're not involved with their children. They let TV rule it. They let TV raise your children. You let these damn rappers and these damn entertainment industry, these damn reality shows, those are the things that are raising your children. Now I want to point out some more stuff, because I don't want to, because you know I can go on and on. Let's talk about the educational system. I want to talk about that. We are living in a time there's no morals. For the educational system, here's what's happening. If it's not already happening, because of them pushing this homosexual agenda down our throat and bringing this to this era. Because again, I'm going to repeat. They said it's going to be it's going to be worse than the days of Noah, Sodom and Gomorrah. We are in Sodom and Gomorrah right now, people, and it is worse than that. People who are straight, who do not go down with this gender, you all ain't gonna find no jobs in the educational system. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you all are not down with the program, if you all have not completely converted or complete in agreement with this homosexual agenda that they're going to be they're going to be teaching to children, because this is what they want to promote. Can't you see how they are rearranging the fabric of our lives with this immorality, this demoralization? You all can't even see it. You better open your eyes. And this is where they start, in these agencies. That's why it's called masonry, because the masonry, all of of these structural agencies, every structural agency from the White House to any house, okay, they control it. That's why it's called masonry. The social service agencies, any kind of agencies, the governmental agencies, HUD, I don't care what agency it is controlled via masonry, the brotherhood. They're all down with the program. Law enforcement, the military, and some of the military, they may not be aware. I mean, the individuals in the military, okay? Some of them are already programmed. Most of y'all are programmed. You all may think you're programmed, but you are. From the moment you go into these militaries, the Army, the Navy, the law enforcement, you are going to be reprogrammed. All right, because it's in the Bible too. Yeshua said it. There'll be those who are in bondage, but yet not in prison. And you all are in bondage, but you don't know it. All right. And I talked to you all about that 100 rule. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to also point out, along with there's going to be no help. There's no help from any form of authority. I mean, you all are, if you are still looking to call the police for help, y'all calling the wrong people, honey. You might as well work it out with the damn thief, or kill the thief, or do something. That's a waste of time calling the damn cops. Because calling the cops is like calling the damn enemy. Okay, and as I pointed out to you guys, the masonry is in almost every entity, agency in this government, United States of America. Okay, all over the world. Hospitals, social agencies, governments. Okay, now one of the things that I want you all to be aware of, and you may not know this, and most of y'all don't know. Y'all should know. For those who are in the truth, anyways. Okay. We all want to point the finger of who the Antichrist is and what the Antichrist is. Well, the Antichrist is the Catholic Church. It's the Roman Church, and the son of perdition. That's the damn devil. He's the son of perdition. There's the connection there. Okay, and these are the components that the devil used to do his evil in the world. And the Roman Catholic Church is by far the protege and the prominent figure behind it. Okay, along with the Zionists in Israel. Okay, the Antichrist is not coming out of the White House. Okay. And I want to make sure to emphasize the Catholic Church. You all don't begin to understand the breakdown, right? The breakdown and the break up. That's how I like to say it. Which created underneath them, along with the Zionists. I mean, they're all in cahoots together. They're all in the same pot. Okay? There's no differentiation when it comes to evil. All right? Evil plus evil equals evil. All right? The Catholic Church, they are created, the Congress, the White House, every civic social government agency. The Catholic killed 68 million people. They control the Department of Labor, the IRS, the FBI, the Supreme Court, the judicial system, the armed forces, the state and federal police, the International Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, the Illuminati, the labor unions, the mafia, okay, all of the media. They're trying to replace the Constitution if they ain't already done it yet, and pretty soon, if that's another word that a word that they identify in all of our communications Constitution, because they want to eliminate that. All right, one world order, New Age. That damn Albert Pike. That time they called it New Age, which is really New Order. Okay, that son of a bitch. We know where his ass is right now. We know what's going to happen to him. All right. There's a lot of research I've done with the Catholic Church, okay? And I'm not going to go into all of it, but I wanted to point out to you, she is the whore of Babylon. She is the whore. I know it, and they know it, and they know I know. Okay, again, you people, I don't know what to say sometimes. Not to say I don't know what to say. I do know what to say. I'm saying the same things. That's the thing. The Vatican destroys the world with 4 things besides everything else. Okay, pornography, prostitution, narcotics, and alcohol. The IRS answers to the Roman Vatican. Okay, everybody else pay taxes except for the bastard Catholic Church. Okay, and for matter of fact, we ain't supposed to even be paying federal taxes. All right, there's not one law that states that the citizens of this country are supposed to pay taxes. I saw the documentary on it, and a gentleman went to the IRS, and I believe he was the director of the IRS. I don't have all of his name, and because they probably delete that, because YouTube is deleting stuff like crazy. But little did YouTube know, a lot of shit I done download, and I got it on my USB. All right, got it. So I'ma still send that shit out. He went to the director and he asked the man, he said, is there a law that requires U.S. citizens to pay federal income tax? This man danced around all over the world. He couldn't produce the law, right? And so many of you all, because you all do not read, you take everything that this government tell you as a given. You don't verify, you don't confirm or reaffirm if the shit that you all are doing and being told to do, if it's right. You give too much power to this government when really in actuality you people have the power. You have given your power over to these damn governments. Okay? Let you know, you flip that shit, you got the power. You could shut them down. But you give them your power. You give them your power every day because you believe in their bullshit ideology. That evil ideology that keeps selling you all, it's going to take you straight to hell. Straight to hell. And it's upon you. It's all around you. They're lifting up Baal in New York, Baal in Sweden, Baal in Paris. If you all do any research, don't you all see? That's the portholes they're setting up so that these damn demons can keep coming through. You all don't begin to understand the severity and the depth of this evil that is around you. And you know why you all don't understand? Because the majority of you all have been convinced not to read your Bible. The majority of you all have been convinced that King James is a white homosexual and don't read the Bible. Little that you all know, as I made a segment about King James, the real King James, who was an Israelite Jew, okay? He is the one that composed and put the Bible, get the Bible to be written and translated, not transliteration, okay? It doesn't mean you should not read it, but that Bible is about all of us, black Israelites. That is what that Bible is for. It's for us, okay? And for those who choose to follow Yeshua and Yahuwah, who call on him and believe in him. All right, I'm telling you, it's the same. Who is on Yahuwah's side and who is on Ha-Satan's side, which is Satan. And trust me, you don't want to be on Ha-Satan's side, because the way he's going, he ain't coming back. All right, I know that it is said that he will maybe let out for about 100 years. Okay, and then that's going to be maybe his final call. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to let Yahuwah write that story. All right, but other than that, the devil knows the gig is up with his ass, and he's going down. That's why he is so angry. He hasn't even touched on earth yet. It's just his demons and his dominions that are running to and fro that is causing all this damn havoc and upheaval. Okay, so the devil himself has not touched earth yet, but when he does, it's gonna get turned up. Okay, and I'm preparing myself for that battle. You hear me? I'm preparing for it. Okay? I'm preparing for it. I told people, I'm a general. I'm a general. And I will walk in his way. And no weapon formed against me will prosper. Alright? That's the problem. You all people are too damn cowards. You fear too much. and you give your power over to these people. Stop giving your power away. I talked about that too. Let's reflect on that. Where did I write that down? I did write it down. I wrote down, it was an insight that I had written down. So basically, since for some reason it didn't seem how to disappear on me, maybe it didn't disappear. I got it here. But I be having a lot of little nice insights that comes to me when the Spirit is working. Anyways, pretty much what I said, since it seems like I can't seem to put my hand on it. I know it's in here somewhere. Anybody that you fear, if you fear man, then man will have power over you. If you fear the devil, then he's going to have power over you. You fear the government, then they will have power over you. If you fear cops, then they will have power over you. The Most High said, we are to fear him only, because the one you fear is the one who has power over you, the one who will be able to control you. Okay? So if you keep fearing your government, you keep fearing to speak up, they are going to control you, and you might as well count yourself dead. You might as well count yourself dead. Okay? Here's some really good quotes that I want to tell you people about, and I think is really important. They say reading is to the mind what exercises the body, right? You know, when you in exercise, that's something I am by far a preacher on. You know, I preach working out, exercise, taking care of your body, eating really right as much as possible. Though I know that they have made that very, very hard for us, because almost every damn thing in the damn grocery markets now, what they're putting out there is nothing but poison. All those food is laden, genetically modified, because they're trying to genetically modify you. All right. I feel sluggish. You know, I don't feel my best. So therefore, when you're not reading, that means your mind is exactly what your body will be, sluggish. You're not going to be in tune. You're not going to catch things. You're not going to be able to figure out things. All right. Let's talk about self-control really quick. This is a really, and that first quote was by Joseph Addison. I guess it was quoted in the Tatter, 1672, 1719. And I like another quote that he talked about. He talked about self-control. He said one of the most important and one of the most difficult things for a powerful mind is to be its own master. A pond may lie quiet in a plain, but a lake wants mountains to compass and hold it in. And then I like Aristo. I think it's Aristo. This is a Greek individual. I might be pronouncing the name wrong. Okay, 384, 322 BC. And I like his quote. He says, I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemy. For the hardest victory is a victory over self. A lot of y'all don't have any victory there because y'all can't control yourself, right? Another one that actually I like, the Thomas Jefferson, he talked about. He said, nothing gives one person so much advantage over another as to remain always cool and unruffled under all circumstances. And that's something that I am trying to condition myself into, right? Because I'm a fire. I'm sorry. And when I need to explode, I'm going to explode, okay, when the opportunity warrants itself, okay? But other than that, I have to master my control, all right? I want to mention also really quick, because I know I'm running out of time here. Self-respect, to have respect for ourselves, guides our morals. So therefore, because we have a majority of these young black men and women, they don't respect themselves, so most of them don't have no morals. That's why, because they don't respect themselves. I'm talking about truth, right? Truth is within ourselves. It takes no rise from outward things. Whatever you may believe, there is an innermost center in all where truth abides in its fullness. And that's Robert Browning. Okay, and the person, Self-Respect, is by Lawrence Steve, I think. 1713, 1768. Robert Browning, 1812, 1889. Another one I like is Truth. Okay, and please, people, listen to these quotes and think about what I'm saying here. Truth. If the truth hurts most of us so badly that we don't want it told, it hurts even more grievously those who dare to tell it. It is a two-edged sword, often deadly to the user. And that ain't nothing but the pure truth. Because the Father said his word is a two-edged sword. That was by Judge Ben Lindsay, 1869, 1943. And that was quoted from the Revolt of Modern Youth. I'm sorry. Here's another thing I want to talk about truth. If you shut up truth and bury it under the ground, it will but grow and gather itself such explosive power that the day it bursts through, it will blow up everything in its way. And you know why I picked that up? Because that's Yahuwah. He is going to blow it up. Yeshua is truth. He's going to blow it up. You see? Because you can't hide truth. You can't stop it because they are truth. Alright. The other thing I wanted to really mention quick is let's talk about wisdom, right? Wisdom is not finally tested in the schools. Wisdom cannot be passed from one having it to another not having it. Wisdom is of the soul. It is not susceptible of proof. It is its own proof, right? So wisdom don't have to prove itself, right? Make wisdom your provision. And I'm sorry, that was by Walt Whitman. Song of the Open Road, 1819, 1892. Make wisdom your provision for the journey from youth to old age, for it is more certain to support than all other possessions. So I don't care what you obtain in this life. If you don't obtain wisdom, you're going to lose everything, all of your possessions. It's better to have wisdom than to have nothing. All right? Because at least if you have wisdom, you're going to have some form of life, and you have some quality of life, okay, and purpose to life. All right, I hope that everything that I said today will kind of enlighten you guys, and kind of wake you up, to what's going on. And I'm running out of time, and again, I am coming with Isaiah. That's the prophet that warned Judah and Jerusalem before the Most High came down on them. Okay, and I don't know why I'm in love with Isaiah, but I believe it's a prophetic meaning. So guys, I want you all to listen to choices. Okay, people, it's about choices.
Hope will make your dreams come true. Find you in a state of joy and happiness. If Satan could have had his will, command the sun and moon stand still. Be thankful for the blessings that salvation brings. Oh, 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 your soul. What profited that man since he was 9 days old? Now peace be unto thee, let it rain.